buddy?
We got one person so far. A little bit of an echo on your end.
Happens.
Happens sometimes. Eh? So I got me my new toy. Showed up. I was kind of worried it wasn't going to show. It showed. Now we can take a look at it, and all the naysayers and whiners and complainers, you know who you are.
So?
You got something to say? Get your ass on here and say it. Pretty much what I got to say about that.
So you drove it?
Drove it.
Without me?
Without you. Well, dude, you had homework or whatever you were doing. You had that important, adulting crap.
Adulting gets in the way of having fun. Right? Just be a kid to get money, right?
So then I went and I ran it, and then we tried to outrun the rain, and did some high-speed runs with it in the parking lot mostly. I think Lily's like a beast.
Even with all that weight up front.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It doesn't go over backwards because that wing is freaking ginormous.
So it's just like skid. Is that your wheelie bar, the wing?
Oh yeah. There's skid plates on the back of it. I'll show you here in a second. I gotta add something to something here. Oh no, hold on. I'm gonna put this over. I forgot to share this somewhere. So yeah. Come here, you. Push the back button. 2 seconds. 2 seconds. I'm going to actually put this up and share it. And okay, let's get this, and this. Go into this. This is what happens when you scramble downstairs and try to get in here. Trip coming down the stairs. Almost dropped the truck. That was entertaining.
I wouldn't have heard it. Come on now.
No. I don't think it drive. But I did take it out. Like I ran it against the I took the fire team out for a rip too. And Maddox ran the crap out of the fire team while I messed around with this thing. And then he I went to do a high-speed run with the fire team. I think I got 2 passes in, and then lipo cut out. That was so not clever.
See, now, if I was there, we would at least had a drag race.
Well, Tim was there.
Did you have a drag race?
No, because the battery ran dead. I was about to do that kind of stuff. But Maddox had been goofing around with it so much. So I promised him a long time ago I was going to let him run the fire team, right? And then
I would have got right down to it. First things first, the adults are going to do some research and development here.
Well, that's what we were doing.
We're going to do a drag race. First thing, pow. Fresh lipos. Good to go.
No, I didn't have time for that shit. It was about to rain.
Right. They're waterproof, aren't they?
They are, but I'm not.
You made of sugar?
I'm made out of sugar, man. I'm too sweet. Way too sweet.
Don't mind me. I'm just looking for my wheel wrench for my 8 scale action.
Yeah. Yeah, man. 8 scale. Hell yeah. 8 scale. Who's got 8 scale? This guy's got 8 scale. You want to see it?
I have 8 cars.
You want to see it? Uh-huh. You want to see it? Ah, there it is.
Yeah, that's a truggy.
Yeah.
We need a buggy.
Let's make it bigger for you. Remind me, I'm eating some food here because, like I said, mad dash to get back home in time to do this. Oh. I need my chair.
I have no excuse.
I'll just put it over. Wide angle is fine. What do you guys want to know? You got a question? Ask. Did I lose the body? No. Did I jump it? No, I didn't even take it to the dirt because, like I said, it was starting to rain. So
So I didn't miss much then.
You didn't miss much, no. So if you look inside.
Yeah, it's pretty clean.
Yeah, but you see how it's got the roll bar here?
Oh,
so this hovers a little bit over top of the wiring here. And as you can see, we ran a 6S EC5 on here because that's what I had access to. So, okay, we'll take that off there. Now it did come with the guards.
It did come with guards.
It did come with guards. I'm going to pop this battery out so you guys can see. So it fits the 6S battery that I got in here. It fit quite nicely. A couple of cool little things that Tim pointed out actually when we opened it up and took a look. I'll see if you guys can catch any of them or notice any. You want me to change the angle on this and zoom in a little more on the truck?
Do it. I dare ya.
Let's zoom in on the truck some more. I don't gotta find the button. Hold on. There it is.
Not broken.
God, am I hungry? All right. So, wheelie bar action? No. But it does have these pads. It's like beefed up on each corner of the back wing. So it skids there. Like you can see it's all worn all across the top here now.
Think you need some bigger skids.
No, I mean it gets to about there.
Jesus.
But didn't matter how hard I hit it. Didn't matter how hard I hit it, it didn't want to go over backwards. One thing it did come with that I didn't know if it was going to come with was it does come with a jumper.
Nice.
But none of that really matters today because I'm taking all of this crap off and I'm going to solder in an EC5 or an IC5 end.
The warranty will be void.
The what?
The warranty will be void.
The what? Warranty. Schmorranty. I never ever claim warranty on something unless it blows up right off the bat.
You got your warranty run in?
I got my warranty run in, yep. Yeah.
But then you'll overpower the ESC and then it'll burn up, then you have to upgrade it.
No.
You can go past the sufficient level of all the ampage.
Of amperage? Yeah, probably. Probably go past the sufficient level. So
the servo, did it turn those monster wheels good enough?
Yeah. I mean, they're in the air. If your servo can't turn the wheels when they're in the air, what the hell? Like, seriously, man. Right?
Yeah, that's a standard size servo in there, right?
No. Well, it's a standard size, yes. It's a different servo. It's got a higher torque rating than the other ones have had.
Yeah, because like the Max and the X Max have got that weird servo.
Yeah.
Which I don't really care for.
No. I don't like that servo either.
Makes things difficult when you want to upgrade.
I'm not seeing the group. Oh, wait. Let's go here. There we go. There. Now it's there. That's all I need to see. Now I'm done sharing. I don't want to share it to any more people. If you missed it, too bad. Not my problem. So basically, I don't know. What questions do you have about it that you wanted to see?
My questions.
Your questions.
Let's flip it upside down. I want to see how those skid blocks worked on there.
So they're not really skid blocks. They're indentations.
No, the ones on the front and back, the bulkhead ones.
Oh, these ones here?
Yeah, are they carved up at all?
No, but I didn't jump it at all.
Yeah.
I did not catch air with it at all because, well, I just didn't have a chance. It did come with the filler pieces inside but it is just a small, thin piece of plastic. So I don't think that, can you see it there? Yeah. So there's the mud guard.
Yeah.
Okay. And they're actually angled. They're slightly angled back just a little bit. So that kind of deflects it up. Let's see if you can see that one. Yeah. See the plates are in there. They're a thin plastic. So I don't know if carbon fiber would ever be any kind of benefit whatsoever, unless you were trying to do something like, I don't know, stiffen up the arms or something by adding in a chunk of carbon fiber. I don't know how much stiffer you're going to get, though, when it's just being held in with bolts. The arms and everything, well, let's pop these wheels off. Let's pop these stupid wheels off. Take a look at it. As I said, we're going to tear into it. So I'm quite okay with disassembling things. You know why? Because it's mine and I can. So there. Ah!
You're being very possessive.
I am. I am.
So from the little that you did drive it.
Yep.
What are you thinking?
Because
what you got?
Truggy?
Is the fire team similar in price?
Fire team's cheaper.
Okay.
By a little bit.
6S capable, right?
Yep. And I ran the fire team at the same time as this one. And I'm just going to say this drives lighter because it's definitely lighter than the fire team is because it doesn't have as much body and cage and it looks cooler on the road. Just looking at my tires here. So I did get some pizza cutter action going on with it here, ripping across the parking lot. But I don't have any, there's no tearage or anything that's happened on the tires. The tires are in good shape. So we ran basically a battery pack through it. And then I ran out of time.
And the melting rain came.
Yeah, melting rain. So Servo Saver does have a spring adjustment, but as usual, the collar to adjust it is way down here in the bottom instead of making it where you could actually adjust it from the top.
Yeah.
So you pretty much, to get to that, to adjust it, you have to pull these side guards off here. This plastic side guard that's on here on this side, you have to pop it off, and then you could probably get in here with a wrench and you can tighten it up, adjust it whatever way you want. Wheel nuts. The last Revo I had didn't have these. There are some little neural type things. I don't know if that's going to focus or not. Let's try it on this one. No. Anyway, it's got a little bit of, it's got like a little bit of bite to it, but it's not serrated to say. It does bite into the plastic a bit, but it's almost like somebody took a center punch and went around and just punched all the way around on all the points. And all that does is basically help stop the wheel nuts from coming loose, right? So I had to take the foam out right off the bat of the battery tray because I wasn't feeling it running two 5,000 milliamp 3S batteries in parallel. So in order to run a big 6S pack, I had to pull the one out, the one piece out there. So not a big deal. Didn't matter.
And then?
No, and then. Where's my workbench? I think I have my work tray out. Should grab that. Whatever. We'll use a tire. Come on off. So first run, no big impacts or anything on it yet. So I haven't had a chance to. What do you want me to pull apart? Okay, let me show you this real quick. Tim pointed this out, which is a good catch. Good eye. So on the battery tray, right. I'm going to find one for you first.
That'll work.
Okay, so on the battery tray, on the clip part that comes back here, so it flips open like this, right? It'd be easier to flip it this way so you guys can see it.
Yeah, flip it that way so I can see. I can't see it that way.
So it flips this way.
Yeah.
Right, and then you flip it closed, and boom. Now, one of the things that happens on hard side impacts.
Pushes in?
Well, it would, if you hit it on the side really hard, this would, sometimes the impact would actually make it pop, and then your battery would come loose, right?
Yeah.
This does not have, this has now a pin right here. You can put a pin in. And there's one on this side too.
No more losing your battery.
So it's just like a safety latch to stop this from ever latching. So you got to pull a pin, and then, so it doesn't come with the pins, you know, because that would cost extra money.
But a man with your collection.
My collection, yes. Absolutely. Now, the body mount, if you look at this, this is all, this whole thing here, up to the top here, it's all one big solid piece. Held in with 1, 2. Okay, so there's four bolts coming in from the back. So let me get my, let me get a pointer. Okay, so we've got 4 bolts coming in from the back here. Can you see it there? See those 4? There's 2 there, and there's 2 on the other side, right here. Okay, and then there's 2 coming in on the top, up here. So there's 6 bolts holding this mount in. So when the body latches in and clicks, it's actually there's some beef there, but it's pretty rigid. I mean, I don't know, you hit it hard enough upside down. The body is lower than this, so you kind of you'll hit these before you're going to hit the body. I never flipped it yet because I didn't run it that hard. I didn't jump it. I'm going to jump it tomorrow. I'm going to take it out and jump it tomorrow if it doesn't pour rain all night. Well, actually, even if it does pour rain all night, I'm still going to do it. Just because, well, I can.
That'd be extra muddy.
Mm-hmm. The shocks are pretty beefy. Plastic links are beefier than I thought they were going to be. It's a lot better when you can actually look at it in real life, right?
Everything's better than real life.
Yeah.
That's why we do the RC action.
Yeah.
Real life.
So there is honestly nothing in here. Well, nothing was loose. That's a first. That RTR didn't have anything loose. Everything's set to be pretty low, or actually pretty high ride height, actually.
Like Snoop Dogg?
Yeah. There is some slop in the front, no slop in the back. It's been adjusted out. I haven't opened the instructions yet to take a look at it at all. Because this is what happens when you don't get given one by a company and you buy your own. This is what you get. You wait until it's actually available, which it's not actually available, but I happen to. It's available to me.
Available to you.
So, what do you want to see? You tell me what you want me to pull apart. I'll pull it apart.
Well, what do you have for motors hanging by? Do you have like the big 6S Spectrum motor hanging around? The 2050?
No, I don't have a 6S Spectrum.
Well, I got one right here.
In the fire team, but I do have this hobby wing. Now, throttle control and braking on it was pretty decent. So that's bigger than the hobby wing. So that's a 2200 kV censored 4268 if you're trying to figure out what the model number is on that.
4260. I got one of those right here.
Yeah.
So
4268 is smaller, shorter. It's the same diameter, but it's smaller cam.
So the Spectrum here looks like it's a few mil longer. Let's see what it is here. It is like 8 mil longer. That's Spectrum. Yes.
Okay, so that's probably the same size as this one. I've got a Castle in a buggy over there, but I'm not going to take that one out. Because basically, you get the gist of it. It's a big motor.
That's what I'm working on this guy tonight. I'm going to get this thing race ready.
Race ready?
Yeah. So I'm taking out the crazy basher combo that I got my hands on. So this is going to go into my monster truck or U4 action.
Yeah.
But I need to convert this back to race car. That way it's ready for outdoor season.
Okay, so I am going to change these ends. So get all this crap out of here. So I'm actually going to pull the ESC out to solder on it just because, well, I just want to see how much of a pain in the ass it is to take the ESC out.
Is it on its own separate little...
What's on its own little tray?
Own little pedestal?
It is on its own little pedestal here, and it looks to me like it's only held in by 2 bolts. Seem to be... Yeah, the extruded aluminum looks, it's solid. Like you cannot flex it in any way. Like you'll break the plastic before you'll ever bend or flex that so far.
What happens if you grab the front and rear bulkhead and give it a twist?
If I
Does
grab
it on the chassis?
I don't think I can. Just give me a second here. Give me a second to get these screws the rest of the way out here. Oh, there's some long hardware. I just want to get this out of here, and then when we get it out, I'm going to take a look here at how the motor and everything is mounted in here too. So the fan is being held in. It's just a clip-in style fan like the regular ones. 10 amp fuse. Tiny little 10 amp fuse. Well, that'd be your programming on that side. I should not have touched that. Okay, so it's also taped down and screwed. So that's not going to be super fun. And he wanted to see torque twist, eh? No. Not easily, you can't. Can't twist it easily, that's for sure. Now, I was thinking that there was going to be a problem with this catching mud and shit in the tray. But on the back end, I never really looked at it that close, but there's openings right here on the back end. So mud and stuff and slush, moisture, in theory, can flow out that way and drop out. It's protected all up here, but it's open right back here. Not huge open. I mean, you're going to end up with snow in there and stuff still. Where's my pry bar? I was pretty stoked when I got the green one, though. I was happy about that.
But yeah, Tim was a little bit jealous.
Matches my Max.
Because Tim loves the green. The green of the lime.
And of course, Maddox's favorite color being green. He was pretty happy about it being green. Oh, there's a substantial amount of tape under that. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, there's a fair amount.
That motor is the same there.
Okay.
These two motors here are the same length here. This is a truggy motor.
Okay.
Versus the buggy motor.
The biggie.
Yeah.
Boogie. The boogie.
So technically, you can put that thing on 4S, show up to your local track, and race it.
Technically, yeah, you would say.
But 4S limit.
4S limit, yeah.
And you might want to put a set of racing tires on there.
Yeah, these suckers mohawk. Holy man. You get the old pizza cutter going in no time with this.
To be fair, you're running it on how many S? All of them. Yeah,
all of them. Because I don't believe that it's sufficient.
Sufficient.
Traxxas in there, sufficient. So I think it's going to launch pretty good. It does have smooth braking compared to the other ones. And I was so surprised that they sold this with it.
What's that? The jumper?
It comes with that jumper. Because that's basically a female Traxxas battery end. And they're kind of like worth their weight in gold. It's kind of like, I don't even know if you can buy any Traxxas battery ends anymore in the female. I mean, you can buy them from aftermarket companies, but as Traxxas as a whole, a couple of years ago, you couldn't find these in a part number anymore.
Huh.
And that was because they didn't want you to be not using Traxxas batteries. Okay, so the tape.
When I started racing, how many years ago it was been? It was Dean's or Traxxas end.
Back when I was a wee little lass. When I was a young lad.
Back when I first started racing. Which was not in the 80s like you.
Older than mud. God, I hate that foam stuff. Maybe some other people might like it. Okay, so there is dielectric grease in there. So it's more, it does have some dielectric grease, or tuning grease, whatever you want to call it. It would be kind of cool to see what this would be like with an 8S combo out of a Max, or X Max in it.
Why?
Hey?
Why?
I don't know. Because
that's tires.
that seems to be like the going thing, is to overpower it to make it undrivable, right? Keep on adding more juice to it.
It'll do a really good burnout. Control that power.
Yeah, Gord, you're right. The tires pizza cut big time, and it will not be very long before the tires blow apart on this. Which I don't know. Maybe I was just dreaming, fantasizing, but I kind of expected more out of this. I thought that these new Sledge tires would have less balloon because I thought they were going to be a little thicker, a little more substantial. Like the lugs are bigger, right? It's not that thin rubber that most of the Traxxas tires are made out of. So I thought being some more meat in the tire that maybe it wouldn't balloon out so bad. But no, it did. Which, just means that it's crazy fast. It goes.
Well,
yeah.
A belted tire.
Yeah. Sabby, you're right. 100%. I 100% agree with you on this. I'll put this up so everybody can see. I 100% agree with this comment. It is very disappointing to me that they did not color coordinate this. I mean, I have a green truck with blue shocks. So
that's what I was talking about when we first looked at that yesterday.
Yeah.
Or whenever that was. It's like they should have had green, orange. Oh, goodness.
Yeah, they should have, and they didn't. And it's just like, okay, now it's easier for me to work on.
But then somebody would screw it up in the production plant where they'd just be throwing the cars together, come down the same line, we're throwing a body on it, put it in a box.
Yeah. Somebody's always got to screw it up.
You got to make things simple.
Okay. So this fancy little tag here, this little red tag, protection, save, remove before flight kind of tag. Yeah, that was Mark, MSM. He blew out a tire. In Traxxas' defense, he's had that thing for 2 weeks. So he only just blew the tire just before he went and did the live stream. But then he's going to take it to the racetrack and run it, and I think he's going to put some actual buggy tires on. Oh, I just realized I got a bunch of racing tires in here. I got some racing tires off my Revo. That should fit this awesome. All right.
That just sounds weird. Racing tires on a Revo.
Yeah. I know, right? Will I be taking the diffs apart? Can I compare the size to max or max diff gears? I can take them apart if you guys want, but I don't have a set of max diffs here to compare them to. Because my max gears are in my max.
You don't keep the.
My plan tonight was to do some speed runs with all of them, and then lipo cut out on the one car, and it didn't really pan out to be the way I wanted it to be. So yeah, I'll pull apart these discs, and first I'm going to solder up, put a different end on here.
I too will be soldering.
So I know some guys might not want to see IC5s put on here. And being that I'm not sponsored in any way, I can run whatever the hell I want. The big thing is that most of the 6S stuff that I've got is Arma or Corrali, and it's all XT90s and IC5s. The only other stuff I've got are Maxes and X Maxes, and you're only going to run one of two options. You're going to run either 4S or 8S. I don't have any 3SX or 3S Traxxas batteries laying around. I wasn't about to buy any, so.
Yeah, don't blame you there. It's funny, when I moved 4 years ago, I came across all these Traxxas ends, like the original ones.
OG Traxxas ends?
No way. That was like the best one to have, because it had the big connection on it. Had more connection than the Dean's end. So we switched them all to that, and then shortly after that, was the next year or two, bullet ends were the thing.
And as they should be. I mean, honestly, bullet ends are just straight up better. Oh, oh, oh. Look at that catch, eh? Wow. Boom. Boom. Okay, so I will pull apart one of these two diffs. The one's the easiest way to get to probably the rear by the looks of it. Actually, you know what? Probably the front, actually. I'll pull apart one of these as soon as I'm done changing out these ends to something that I can use tomorrow without having to buy a new battery. Whoa, 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 whoa. Pliers. Pliers. Where did my wee little pliers go? What, rearrange everything on my bench so that I can put this thing up here, and then now I don't remember where I put my pliers. So, remember how they talk about the pro graphics look? You know, you look at the pictures and everything. I don't know. To me, this body is kind of plain Jane. Doesn't really have that fancy of a design to it, really. I think. My opinion on the MSRP? My opinion on the MSRP. Aaron, what do you think? Castle would be cool there.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, you go buy yourself a race chassis, like a Techno.
Yeah.
This guy right there. What's the new Techno going for? Like 600-700 American?
It's up there. I'll look it up. I can remember what it was Canadian. It was freaking ridiculous.
Yeah. And you get nothing. You don't get tires.
No, you get nothing. You got to put all your electronics in there. Holy man.
You can buy electronics.
I'm going to turn this. Got all my wiring over there and I can't reach it. My opinion on the MSRP. Okay, so I've heard other reviewers talking about this and they're all comparing it. They're like, well, you know, if you were to go buy a race platform, like you're saying,
yeah,
this is true. This is all very true. If you went to buy a race platform.
But this isn't race platform, is it?
No, this is directed towards more of a basher line. This is not designed or built to be. Let me see the wording here before one of you guys goes and gets all upset and your panties in a bunch. This is directed towards the Creighton and the basher line. That's why it's got this upper truss. I mean, if it was a racing platform, it wouldn't have that.
Yeah,
it would be lighter weight. It's so I do think Personally, I think the price point is a little high because it's priced like a racing platform, but it's not a racing platform. If you get what I'm saying. You pick it up
between the two, isn't it?
Hey,
price wise, it's kind of in between the two. Because this thing here, all said and done, what are you gonna be at?
I don't know why am I desoldering this when there's only that much wire there. I'm wasting my time trying to. I hate desoldering. Anybody else like desoldering?
I do. I got a little trick I use. I use this nice acid paste
to desolder.
Yeah, I put that little bit on top because what that does, it cleans what you're trying to solder. Something there's been through, I don't know, production.
I don't know, production. It's been through something.
Some dirt, dirt debris gets on there.
Yeah.
You clean it up, and you'd be amazed how fast that solder comes off. Even if it's the factory solder and you're doing right from the get-go, I put a little bit of paste on there, and it just helps it so much faster solder.
Damn you guys. You're stupid beast. Okay, fine. Here's your paste.
It'll come right off.
Damn you guys and your paste. Hold on while I paste my face with some more food here. Butter chicken. That's freaking delicious.
Jerk. I made my own sauce. And I canned a bunch of it. So I buy the naan bread and make sure I had rice and all that.
Right.
I got the coconut milk to go in there. And while I'm missing my sauce, I used it all. So I didn't get butter chicken.
You didn't?
I did not get butter chicken.
It makes me feel sad. Not really. Almost did. You almost had me for a second.
And I got no butter chicken.
Then I changed my mind.
None. It's like this little
thing. I got some none, man. Oh dear. I should have prepped up my solder pen here, but let's get some solder out. Let's get some solder out. Doop. So, yeah. My opinion on the MSRP, I think that it is a little high. I know everybody who really likes Traxxas. I'm not saying Traxxas is bad. I'm not saying they're lying. I'm not saying that their stuff's not worth what it is, but I do think you are definitely paying for the name, like big time, which I guess is okay. I mean, you got to pay for something. No different than if you went and bought certain brands of vehicles and cars and trucks and bikes and all that kind of stuff.
Especially those Nike shoes, eh?
Oh, I was on Facebook buy and sell here local in Kelowna. And some dude is trying to sell a pair of shoes on there. And he was asking like $700 or something for these things. He's like, I've only worn them once. I'm like, yeah. You've only worn them once. It doesn't matter to me. Like, I don't care how many times you've worn them. You're asking $700 for a pair of shoes. That's demented. I didn't screw that right. I didn't make that thin enough. Do this again. So it's like some people can justify spending that kind of money on a pair of shoes. I guess the same kind of mentality you can justify spending that kind of money on a name brand car. Traxxas. I don't think I would really compare this to the X-Max in any way, shape, or form. So when people compare prices, I don't see they're not the same thing. Is what I mean. With this thing here, you're getting a decent platform. It looks sturdy. It looks fairly good quality, but come on. I don't know. You guys want to solder on live TV? I don't know why the hell I ever thought I would do that. I hate soldering. Especially on live TV. Or live, whatever.
On the live show.
On the live show. That's when I can't solder.
That's when we laugh and make fun of you, and it's great, and you get frustrated. And
how's that any different from any normal day?
And then you
laugh and make fun of me anyways.
Yeah.
You bunch of jerks. Bunch of meanies.
One's asking how much it is.
How much it is. Okay, well, how much it is in... just hold on a second. Holy crap, that wire's hot. Ow, 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 ow. Okay, it's there. Nope, it's not. Damn it. I let go too soon.
Too soon, Junior.
Too soon. All right.
What country are you from? You want the American price or Canadian price?
Yeah, if you want the Canadian price, are you ready to cry? Because I sure see a lot of sniveling from the American side of things, and I add 30% to that, boys. Man, that does not want to take.
Just doing it wrong.
Why contend it? She's just sliding right out. What the hell's on the back side of that?
Try heating both of them up, the wire and the connection you're going to, because it'll drop some heat.
Yeah, well, it's
I try to touch both with the tip.
Freaking knew if I went soldering on live stream, it would screw up on me. Never fails, man. All you guys at home laughing. He can't solder. That's right. I can't solder alive. I can solder no problems normally. Until somebody's watching. I am not an exhibitionist. Okay. Nope. What the hell is on that wire? That solder just does not want to stick.
Okay.
The end is tinned. Meh. 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 Shit, that wire's hot. Holy shit, that wire's hot. I'm going to clean this up even better. We'll cut off this piece that I just tinned and re-tin it again. Ooh, don't step on that. That'll be hot. So, like we were saying, this is not a racing platform. It's not lightweight like a racing platform would be. It doesn't have a bunch of exotic parts in it like a racing platform would.
Like tunable links?
It doesn't have tunable links. This is a very valid point. So for guys to be comparing it to the cost of buying a full-on race buggy, or a truggy, I don't think it's comparable. I don't think that's a proper comparison. I think I do think that this is a little high.
How much high? Like Snoop Dogg?
Well, I think that it's about 150 high.
150 high.
Yeah. Why 150, you ask? Well, because it does come with something that the others don't. And that
Controller that's better?
Well, it comes with technology that's a little better. It comes with TSM, right? And being that it has some TSM, so it does have a little bit of stability management where none of the other ones do. I'm going to change that end out because I just realized I got solder on that stupid center pin. Ouch, it's hot. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. What's your truggies? It's an 8, right? You don't have a truggy, do you?
No, this is just buggy.
You just got a buggy.
Yeah.
Who do I know that has a racing truggy?
My friend Darren does.
Darren's got one?
Yeah. And he paid like, he's got the HB one. I think they're like $900
for a chassis.
For a chassis, Canadian.
Yeah.
Remember him squabbling about something like that.
Well, that is a lot of money. That is a lot of money, dude. That's like
X-ray money.
Right? I don't know. I think that the pricing will adjust. Whoa. I think it's just like a lot of these other, they'll put them up with this price to start with, and then either they'll get a bunch of hype and people will buy them and pay the price, or they won't get as much hype.
But will they actually adjust the price, Traxxas? I'm thinking not.
Well, Traxxas?
Yeah. Do they change pricing on their stuff?
Well, they do sometimes. They adjusted on the Haas.
Sorry.
Right?
I think they had no choice.
Yeah. I agree with you 100% on that.
Bad idea.
When you talk to the distributors, they all say the same thing. Anybody who distributes and anybody who sells them, or lots of dealers and everywhere. I'm not saying the Haas is a bad platform, so don't get all bent out of shape about that. What I'm saying is, price point wise, it's not unique enough or different enough to justify paying. What is it? Just maybe about $100 difference in price between that and a Max. Yeah. And the Max is a far, far superior platform. So, gonna get that. Okay, that one's soldered. Yay! There you go. Okay, that's one down. Okay, well, I'm gonna let that cool for a minute. You really want me to open up this diff, don't you? Because nobody wants to watch me solder all day. We're not gonna solder. You want me to open the diff? Let's open the diff. Plus, that wire's hot, and I don't want to burn myself. Okay. Let's open the front diff and see. My bigger guy. Need my bigger guy. Yeah, so when you guys talk prices, you're talking 25 to 30%. And you're going to pay duties, you're going to pay shipping to get it up here. Down in the States, you're usually lucky enough that if you buy it from anywhere in the country, really, almost everywhere down in the States offers free shipping. But your shipping rates are way cheaper down there. Way cheaper.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Right?
Am I jealous? Yes.
Well, I'm totally jealous. I'm coming from a dealer's standpoint where, you go to buy something, you want to bring something in for your customers, and they want this and they want that, and they're like, well, just order it. And there's some of them are like, I'll pay the extra shipping. Really? Are you sure you want to pay the extra shipping? And then they order it, they get it, and then they complain because the extra shipping raped them. And I don't blame them for complaining, because our shipping and then processing fees at the border, those always get you. You guys timing me? I hope not.
Yep.
Are you? Okay, well, I'm pulling the front diff apart here. So, well, I'm opening the front diff. I don't know how much I'm going to pull it apart. What I need to do is turn that camera back to autofocus. Okay, remind me, the big long one goes in the middle.
Well, if you can't get it back together, just go back and see the footage.
Right. Just go back to the instant rewind. Instant replay.
Why you started this whole streaming thing to start with?
Yeah. Okay, so let me there. I'm just gonna grab the camera and show you guys.
So now you worked on the old X Max and Maxes, so you'll be able to judge the size of that thing.
Okay, so we have pulled apart. Let me get this autofocus going again. What the heck did I do? There we go. Okay, so there's your front end. You got to pull the nose cone piece out, which is pretty easy. And then there's a place that I drop down there on the ground, way over there. So I'll show you guys that again once I'm done. Once I'm done disconfobulating things here. Okay. Now is it going to focus again? Focus. You focus.
Oh, Daniel's son, you focus.
Oh, man. Like, really? Really? Come on, focus. Focus. There we go. There. Okay. Focused. That sucks. Okay, so I got 4.
So back, I'm thinking about this cost, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let's break it down. What is it a Traxxas radio cost with receiver?
Oh God, I want to say $100. You're gonna make me look this stuff up, aren't you?
No, I'm just gonna just ballpark it.
I can't honestly tell you off the top of my head what a Traxxas radio combo is worth because I never buy them. If I'm going to put a different radio, I mean, I guess if everything you owned was Traxxas, then I can understand sticking with the Traxxas. But for racing, I would never use a Traxxas radio combo for racing.
It happens. It happens. So just argument's sake, we'll call it 120.
Okay, 120. Canadian. Okay. Motor combo, 400.
400.
Right. Chassis kit you already said was 900.
Well, I'm just busting it out of here. So motor combo. What's the servo cost? Like that thing there, $100?
Yeah. Actually, Canadian? It's 101 Canadian. I think what was showing up as a map for the price.
So it's 620. And what was the retail Canadian?
Retail on this guy Canadian?
Yeah.
It was 1180. Or no, not 1180. 1080.
1080.
1080. So chime in, all the guys from the States who think that that's way, 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 way ridiculous expensive.
So you're paying $460 for that chassis.
Welcome to Canada, eh?
In Canada. Canadian. In the funny money.
Yeah, they're funny money.
The monopoly money. So $460 Canadian, which is probably like $25 American, you know.
Yeah.
That's not too bad, is it?
No, not really. Now, if you were racing with your Techno chassis, how hard is it to take the diffs apart and stuff on it.
I take one screw out of the front.
Yeah.
That holds like that little guard on it.
Mm-hmm.
And then 4 bolts up the front, I do believe.
Mm-hmm.
And disconnect the sway bar, which is just 2 little.
Okay, I got the cover off.
Or is it 6? I think I might take 2 of the bottom too.
Let's see here.
Still a pain in the butt compared to a touring chassis. Focus.
There we go.
There it is.
So that's the diff pulled apart. You want to see what it comes with grease in it? There's not a whole lot of grease in there. This does have
mohawk that right out of there.
Hey?
All that wheel speed just mohawked it right out of there.
Yeah, sure.
But as it heats up, that'll just melt back down and drip and do its thing.
So I don't see any shims at all in here. No shimming of any kind. So let's take a look here. Okay, I need 2 hands to pull this out. Sorry guys, I need 2 hands. You're just gonna have to wait. Touch the button here. There we go. Ha! I just fumbled. Instead of just turning it off, I fumbled and found it. Now that is the biggest. I was kind of hoping I could get away with not pulling these pins. Every time I try to take a shortcut, it takes longer. Stupid things. Okay, there's that one. Need a bigger bench. I need a bigger bench. It's pretty thick. I can't remember what I don't even know if they did rate what the weight in there is, but you guys want to see what the diff looks like. That's a fairly good sized diff. I mean, I don't have small hands, so what can I show it? What can I put it with to compare it?
Your motor?
Well, let me see here. Look real quick. Let me look real quick over here. Let's put this on here. Not a showroom. And let's look at the sledge. The Max, actually. Driveline. It's a center diff. We want axles. Let's look at let's look in here. Okay. Parts finder, buy product. Now you guys want to see the max, right?
Sure.
Let's just do a front exploded view because I pulled the front diff out, so it's probably going to be close to the same. You guys want my opinion on that? I think that this is a pretty damn hefty front differential. I don't think you're going to find problems with it. That's my opinion on it. 7792. So we're going here to 7792. Boom, boom. .35 tooth. It is more substantial. It's got more meat to it than the X-Max one does.
Really?
Yeah.
More beefy than an X-Max diff.
That's what it looks like to me. Of course, they don't show a backside of that diff. Let's see if I can find the actual whole thing complete. Oh, where the heck is that thing? Yeah, no, this is different. This is definitely different because the ones, like I said, Tim would know better than me because he's the one who pulls the damn thing apart all the time. But I would say that this has flathead screws in it. Yeah. So this diff has focus. We gotta touch the button in the right spot here. Where? Okay. This has flathead screw, so it's recessed, right? The ones that are showing in the parts list for the X-Max are roundhead, buttonhead, roundhead, whatever you want to call them.
Buttonhead?
Yeah, the big ones.
Buttonhead.
They're like these. They're not shoulder. Where the hell's my camera? There it is. They're like these. So this is definitely bigger than the X-Max one. It is a plastic housing, though. I would have liked to see a metal housing myself.
As long as a good plastic's good enough. That's all they are in the race buggies.
You guys want to see inside this diff housing? Show you how small the pinion is? I'll show you how small the pinion is. Since I took it apart, why not? Okay. Let's give you guys some light. Yeah, look at that. There's light. That's how small. There's really not much grease in there. At all.
Are you going to add a little extra in there?
Yeah, probably. I don't know if I should. Is that a fair comparison if I go and grease it and prop it all up and should just run it till it fails so I can blame Traxxas? But
I think I might need to grease my gears, my servo.
you think? Holy dude, that sounds bad.
Well, that's because you made me take it out with you guys and show you how to race across the snow.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't getting used for anything else. So.
Not at the moment.
No. All right, let's turn that off. Okay. Back to flipping you over side the right way around. Okay, now it's focusing. Look at that. See? Weird. It wouldn't focus earlier, now it won't stop. Now I gotta find my.
Because you talk angry to your phone all the time.
Because it doesn't listen. It doesn't listen, man. I don't care what Talbot's got. I got one now. Vid tomorrow. Yeah, I know. Talbot will take it to I'm sure he'll take it to a skate park and launch it off of the skate ramp or something, and everybody will go, ooh, ah. And
you did just what every other car did that you took off the jump.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Lots of guys like that stuff. That's fine. I'm not a big fan of it because I don't think that really shows the drivability of it. Yes, it absolutely is going to show you durability, but I could go out there and I could go out there and drive my 1-ton truck over it and show you durability too. You know what I mean? Like, I just how I feel about it. I don't have any of these things given to me by any companies. So I kind of have a hard time going and destroying something on purpose when I know damn well that's coming out of my pocket later. And right now, I don't know what it's like down in the States yet, but I know that right now for me, parts are not really available for it yet. So if I break something, I could be totally screwing myself, right? I won't get the and if I break something because of normal wear and tear and driving it, like a sane person, not a crazy animal, then that's a durability thing to me. But if I break it because I took it in a skate park and I launched it off a ramp, that's not a durability thing. That's you're a dumbass and you broke it. You tried to break it. I need light. Can't see. Tim drove it, and Tim's a big fan of the X-Max. Tim's a very big lover of the X-Max. Not that that's a bad thing. And he drove it, and he seemed to be somewhat impressed by it. So, I don't know, that says something, doesn't it?
My friend Tim.
Because I feel like I should just plaster more grease in here. I feel like I should put more grease in here again.
Do it. All apart.
Yeah. Just got to figure out the spot that I want to apply the goopy, greasy, gooey stuff. I don't use any of those fancy greases from any RC companies. I use Amsoil synthetic marine grease. Why? I don't know, because it worked for me for a long time and it's easy for me to get. That's why. Oh, yeah. She's goobered in there now. All the grease in there now.
All the grease.
All of it in there. Now I won't be able to finish eating my dinner. Now.
That's one thing I don't like about grease. It gives that almost taste in your mouth.
The I forgot to wash my hands flavor?
No, just for having it like open it up and you smear it on your stuff and it's like, ugh, I can taste it.
What am I missing?
Is it just me?
Could be just you. I think it's just you. Okay, there we go. Ha-ha! Success, I think. Okay, now, when I reassemble all of this, and I have bolts left over, screws left over, you are all free to laugh all you want.
Oh, now I don't want to laugh because you gave me permission.
You see, there's method to my madness. There is method to my madness.
I just feel sorry for you or something.
So are you going to come out with me tomorrow to run this thing? You're going to go to BX, I think.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Is that your plan?
I think so. I'm going to check and see what the weather looks like. I don't really have a timeline, so no, Gord, I'm not going to tell you when I'm going for sure. I'm going to get there when I get there. The fat ass cat, so Traxxas failed to color coordinate it with the body unless you get the blue body.
Have they ever color coordinated?
Yep. Yeah, they have.
Which ones?
No, Gordon, it's not going to be like the fire team where I broke it first time, first drive, because I already had it out once and I've had it out for its first drive. So there. And where I'm going to take it this time to run it, there's not going to be any trees or stumps. Because the snow has melted. So now there's more options. So, Aaron, you were talking about adjustability on the links. So they're not adjustable links, you're right. But there are.
You can't adjust them.
You can adjust them.
You have 2 positions.
4.
Well, 2 for shorter, longer.
Right. There's 2 lengths and then there's 2 heights. But then there's also adjustment on the out on the knuckles. So there's actually, you got adjustment out on the very knuckles here, and then you got adjustment right in here. There's 4 bolt holes in there. So you got some adjustment that way. There's no adjustment anywhere else at all, really. Your shocks, you've got 2 holes to pick from on the top of the shock tower, and you've got 2 mounting points in the arm, which I don't know. When you look at this thing here, if I was going to run this thing on the highest setting, which would be the holes in all the way, I don't know if I would trust it because there's not a lot of meat on the back side of that bolt. So when you get a big impact, there's a chance that screw's going to pop through, I think. I think's. Has anybody got this on their radar to buy their next? Like, is it their next? I gotta have Traxxas purchase or what?
I think I'll just run yours.
Yeah. No, you break mine, man.
That's the true durability test.
Yeah, give it to Aaron.
Give it to me.
Give it to Aaron. That's the true durability test. Yeah, absolutely.
It's not even like I drive them that hard.
Right. Well, I wasn't driving the fire team that hard when I broke the front knuckle either.
Yeah, right.
I wasn't.
Sure.
Which knuckle did I break? Heck, I have the broken one lying around here somewhere. I thought I did. Maybe I don't. Anyways, I blew apart the front knuckle mostly because I hit a stump. And it was cold. And we all know what cold weather and plastic does. You know what I want to do? I want to build a stress tester. I want to do it like a stress tester and put like a Traxxas A-arm into it and then put pressure on it and see until it either turns white or breaks, right? And then do the same thing with another brand and the same kind of part. Just to test the plastics, because everybody says their plastics are different and everything's reinforced with this and every blend is different, right? Like, I don't know, you want to see something that I think is kind of weird with the steering. So if I could show you on. Boom. Parts finder. No. Oh, I know. I got to see if the parts even come up yet on their list. I know there's so much stuff now that's not listed yet. Assembly, chassis, exploded view, chassis, front assembly. I'm going to assume that's going to be where the steering stabilizer or the steering servo saver is going to be. I'm going to eat some greasy food here. Grease and buttered chicken. Yummy. Yummy! Okay, what do we got here? Part number 4. Not front steering part. There it is. 9.5. Nope. I'm going to say it's 9545. I might be wrong. Well, let's look for 9545 and see if I can get a picture for you. No, that's not the one. Must be this 9546 then. That's a fun part to find. I'm trying to find that same arm that I broke on the Corrali, or that, sorry, you broke on the Corrali.
And?
Well, the part number's not coming up. 9545. It's all coming up as one part.
So
when you look at the picture, yeah, you look at the picture though, it's not the same as what you're looking at here. What is, but it's not. Kind of hard that there's like a rise. It's like a 1-inch rise. Oh, maybe I could just show you guys here. This is bolted on so you can kind of see. Well, without ripping my phone and everything off of the counter and everything else. Oh, my soldering station. Okay. You see right here, this part here, where it comes down onto the suspension or onto the servo saver. Look at, let me turn on the light on that. That'll make it easier for you to see. Let there be light. Okay. See how high of a rise that is there? Right here. This piece comes all the way down to the bottom. Let me get it to focus to be better. But it comes up on like a 45-degree angle way up here. It just looks to me like something that's ready to break.
Wow.
Now, it's on the servo side of the servo saver. So the impact should have already been absorbed, right? You would think.
Right? Well, you just gotta let me drive it, and I'll show you.
Well, you'll find a way to break it for sure. I got faith in you. I got faith in you, man.
Happened one time. Okay, maybe not.
I remember more than one time.
Happened like twice.
Yeah. That's more like what I remember.
Or does that count as both times I drove one of your cars?
Oh, we're getting to the point where I might not let you drive my cars anymore. This dude's expensive, man.
Well, to be fair, I thought after you did your test with the Traxxas winch, it could easily roll over the Max.
Right? You do have a valid point there.
It was hanging from your ceiling, right behind you. You know? So
I know.
I was like, oh man, this thing should be able to pull that over no problem.
Instead, it pulled the line right out of the winch.
Ping.
Enough people beat it down, and that survives. I'm definitely buying one. But after seeing the tweak, I haven't seen. Are you talking about RC Driver? I didn't see his video yet. I never watched his video. I did see his video, but I haven't had a chance to just sit down and watch it because, well, I woke up this morning to 2 kids puking. Actually, my wife woke up to 2 kids puking. But when you know the rule, happy wife, happy life.
And when she woke up, she woke you up.
Yep. Yeah. So that was one of those days.
There we go. Sure, backwards. Perfect.
Hey.
I got it, so I can't plug it in backwards. So I'm good. Got my big long.
You're looking straight down on here. You see the drive shafts are angled. Yes, you're right. So the center diff is a little off center. It's kind of hard to really show it. But yeah, the center diff is not centered right in the middle of the chassis. It's off a little closer to the motor side. So these drive shafts are not centered. But they are held on with boots on the ends, which, if I remember correctly, I believe that's because it's a CV. Which is better than the Corrali, because the Corrali has dog bones on both ends. Let's get the Sledge. I've got like 6 Traxxas website windows open at the same time here. Usually it totally bogs down my computer and wrecks it. It's coming.
It's coming.
It's coming. What the hell? I just went right past it. Boom. Got to find Sledge. Come on. There it is. Oh, why is the picture orange? I thought it was green. Okay, details. Where's that fancy picture of the drive line they had there? Let's give me the gallery. Details. Aha, there it is. So, those appear to be a CV. Which is going to be better because you're not going to get so much flex and you're only going to have vibration on one end, and the end that it's going to vibrate on is closest to the center. Oh no, it is dog bone style. It's captured. So let me make it bigger and I'll share it to the screen here so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Okay, let's do this thing.
There it is.
What'd you do?
Oh, just from when I was racing last weekend. There's some stuff in my way, and I just kind of threw it all in somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just going to throw it somewhere. I'll remember it's there.
Let me try this. Two seconds waiting for my computer to be stupid slow. Spool up all of the hard drives, not just the one that I'm using, you stupid machine. You should know better. solder.
Got turbo lag.
It's got turbo lag. Turbo lag. My buddy Tim says that RC cars and computers can't have turbo lag. Okay, there's solder. There's lots of solder in there. Oh, that's hot.
Are you done yet?
Done what?
Soldering?
No, I took a break and took apart a diff. Remember?
I did my motor. I did my 2 bullets.
Dude, just because
them onto the ESC.
Dude, I just dropped my solder. Okay, you got it. Got it. Got it. Oh, I love the smell of solder in the morning. Oh, it's not morning. Okay, that one stuck. That one went quicker than the other one did. That one was less embarrassing. Ooh, that's hot. Lord, that's hot. Okay, now let's get this. Okay, now I can save it there. So if you guys look at the picture on here, on the main page, okay, let's go to here. There it is. Okay, let's show you this. Share this screen. Share that screen. Boom. Okay, so you see this. Let's make this bigger. You see this drive line in here.
Jesus.
And the way that they have these captured, these are not CVs. These are dog. They're cups, but they're captured with a pin that's screwed in. So you shouldn't get as much vibration, hopefully. They look skookum. Skookum, that's a fancy word. Wow, that wire's hot. Oh, there we go. Look at that. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I need my big thick tape, which is in this one. Now, Traxxas likes to use their foam stuff. I hate their foam stuff.
Why is that?
Well, because it's just a pain in the butt to peel off later.
You
know what I mean?
You like that silicone stuff, eh?
Well, I like this stuff. I don't like it so much when I got grease all over my fingers, so I should probably wash it.
Try to clean that off.
Because it doesn't stick with the crap with grease. But
no, I'm a big fan of the brake cleaner, non-chlorinated brake cleaner.
You want to see the motor diameter and length and shaft size. Shaft size is a 5 mil. I'm going to get. And the diameter and length, well, we already kind of compared that. You have one out.
Okay.
So kind of
motor length. It is 73. centimeter, or yeah, 73 millimeters.
I don't know where my calipers went. What was the last thing I measured?
It's in the nightstand.
Oh, that was just mean.
By 41. 41 diameter and 74 for length.
Yeah, if I could find my stupid... Where the hell did I put them? Oh, maybe they're in this box. 20 toolboxes, man.
My big question is, with the motor, does it have offset magnets like the Hobby Wing has?
I don't know, but I am not tearing into the motor to find out. I mean, maybe when I break it someday, I'll check it. I'll do that, or rip into it for sure.
That's gonna be an interesting factor for me.
That's the battery I was running in it. So it fit in there nicely with the foam pulled out.
So does that motor mount, the motor brace, feel as strong as it looks?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
It's solid, eh?
Yep. That is, I mean, it's solid aluminum all the way around, and it's secure in there. I actually, you know what? I think changing your gear mesh on this would be not fun. Actually, the more I look at it, I mean, it is so secure that trying to adjust your gearing or trying to adjust your mesh is going to be hard.
But that's going to help with hard landings and stuff and knocking that loose, right?
Oh yeah. No, I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying it's not going to be easy to work on.
So that's what they did with the hot bodies.
It might be easy to work on. You know what? Once I get this ESC back in here, I'll pull the motor out. We'll take a look and see what it looks like. How much of a pain in the ass is it really to get out? Oh. After I get all this lovely foam tape off. Stupid foam tape.
Forgot about that.
Oh. Whoops. I'm going to get in trouble for leaving garbage all over the place.
Yeah, I agree with you. The $800 price, America. You should get the fan included.
Yeah, I thought that as well. I mean, I know there's guys saying, well, yeah, but if you're bashing, you don't need, you need a fan, period. Like up here, I'm not so worried about it because we don't get the kind of heat you get down south. We get a lot more
hot in the summertime. July, August, we get pretty hot up here.
Yeah, we get fair, but we don't get Arizona heat.
No.
Right?
That's what I put on my car. Here's a mount from a fan for the motor.
Great big sucker.
Yep. But of course, took it off for outside winter running.
Yeah. I wish I had. Wish I had fingernails. There we go. There we go. Now, am I going to get this in the right spot? Probably not. There's one. There's two. Okay, let's pull this out. Let's take a look and see how is this motor mounted in here. We could do it the easy way and just go look through the imagery on their website, but hell no, let's not do that. Holy, those are in there. Those were definitely machine applied.
Didn't want that moving at all.
Nope. Of course, you can also do something simple like read the instructions, and it probably tells you how to adjust the gear mesh, but this is way more fun. Fumbling through, because real men don't read instructions. Come on. Aaron, they've got a question. They want to know what electronics you're running in your Techno.
I got the Hobby Wing, the 8 Plus. Was it XR8? Except for I forgot to plug in the sensor wire. I'm running a 1900 kV motor. It's a 4268 Hobby Wing as well.
Those are some long screws.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to relook at that. I can see where the sensor wire needs to go. Oh man. Oh well. That'll be for another day.
Holy crap, that motor mount's in there, man. That is skookum in there. So your gear mesh is all adjusted on the bottom. Should have just flipped it upside down and told you.
It's 4 screws on the bottom there, isn't it?
Yeah. There's slots on the bottom. There's 4 screws on the bottom. But that motor mount, that's a pretty solid piece, actually. You'd still need to take this out to get the motor out. Which, I'm this far, I might as well do the rest. Right?
Might as well.
I mean, why not?
Really want to screw it up? Take it right apart. First day you got it. Uh-oh.
That's kind of what I'm doing.
Oh, God. You might lose me.
Are you dying?
My battery's low.
Oh, God. On what? Laptop?
Yeah.
Plug it in. Plug it in. You're going to hear a plop here in a second. Because everything's going to fall. Because I'm that guy who doesn't. There it goes. Now I'm going to curse and swear to put this back together. Oh, okay. We've got the motor hanging out. Let's get the bolts out. Okay. All of the hardware out of the bottom. That's interesting.
Oh, God, I made it.
See my other... Let's take a look at this motor here. Okay, so this is the Hobby Wing, and I'm just looking at the mounting hardware. Now that is interesting. I don't think you wouldn't be able to put this motor in.
No?
No. Well, I mean, maybe you can, but you'd have to drill holes and modify things. But
well,
right out of the box. Hey?
Zoom me in on that front of the motor there.
Hold on, let me
zoom it in.
Just gonna cut the zip tie out. I don't have to zoom in so much. Okay, you see the motors?
Yeah.
Okay, you see how this one has the 2 bolts holding into the main frame.
Yeah. Is that a hole in the middle too?
That's just an opening.
Yeah, you can put a bigger screw in there.
You could put a bigger screw in there, yeah.
Put a bigger motor.
But none of these holes match up to any of these ones.
I dare you to test it out.
I can pretty much.
Collins would.
God, you gotta be like that, don't you?
Challenge accepted.
God. Why you gotta be like that? I lost hardware. It's all your fault if I lose pieces.
No.
Yes.
You can't blame others. You got to take responsibility for your own actions.
No, that's what I tell my kids. It's not what I tell me. Okay, so there are, two holes. The bottom one's just an opening. Now I could get one to line up. So let's thread this in and get one to line in.
Okay, I have some troubles now.
All right, so there's no way you cannot line up those holes.
You only need one.
Yeah.
The clamp holds it in place. Clamp in the saddle is good enough.
This coming from the racer.
That's going to be fine. In fact, I'd probably put the bigger bolt in the center to the bigger screw on that motor, because that motor does have two different sizes of screws on it.
Yeah, it does, but yeah. I guess you could try that. Then you're only going to be holding it in with the one, though, for sure.
Yeah, but you got the clamp on the outside. That just holds it in place so it lines it up front to back. The whole clamp on the outside is what's really holding it.
So you want a comparison? Here's a direct comparison. There is the motor.
Duct tape.
And there is the hobby wing. A little bit shorter. Not as big of a can. Barrel-wise.
Same.
Barrel-wise is, trying to get it lined up with them. Barrel-wise is same.
Yeah.
Lengthwise is not the same. This is a hobby wing 4268, 2200 kV. And from metal to metal, not the plastic bell housing on the end. I guess we'll go right from the end. From the very end, you're talking about a centimeter difference, 18 mil maybe.
Yeah, that's just your standard. The smaller one is the buggy motor.
Yeah.
And the bigger one's a truggy motor.
Yeah. So I don't have a truggy motor to compare it to. So it is a standard, but the bolt pattern is different. And now I have to put it all back together because your jerk made me take it all apart.
Well, inquiring minds needed to know.
I'm just going to remember which freaking holes it went in.
So remember when you might have given me an idea of putting some silicone on this servo to keep it waterproof?
When I may or may not have done that?
Yeah, yep. So I silicone this thing and I can't open it up to accident oil to years. I knew I should have got a waterproof servo in here.
That's what you get for using silicone.
That's when it come in play.
You know what? Now that I broke these apart, now I gotta freaking put some Loctite back on here. Just cause. Guarantee if I don't put Loctite back on here, the first run out, the damn thing will fly apart on me.
Let's get a basher of some sort.
There it is. Found it. Oh, don't unscrew it there. I don't want to be wearing blue Loctite.
Oh, this might be free now. Here we go.
Okay.
This is like worse than taking off that. Actually, this is probably easier. That foam tape. Double-sided foam tape. This is probably easier.
I hate double-sided foam tape.
Here we go. I got it.
Okay, there's one. Some more Loctite on this one. So in Traxxas quality, they did actually assemble it with Loctite. Thread lock is good. There is sufficient thread lock out of the box. I can vouch for that. And I guess now that I'm looking at it here, and now that I've pulled it apart, I can actually reassemble all of this out of the truck. So there's a bit of play in here. If you guys can, let me see it better here. So there is opening here. So there's a bit of room. So it is actually clamping down onto the fins for the motor mount. There's no grooves or anything in there. It's flat surface. So you don't want to go much bigger on your motor. You could though. I mean, you're just going to clamp down more.
I think if you're going to do anything, you go to a different kV of motor. Really.
Yeah. But I don't know how many really options are there in different kVs for this guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I want to know you guys' opinion on here. Tell me. Oh, Gord's checking out. Your opinion, should I compare this to, should I take this out and do a little comparison against this and the fire team? Or do you guys really, really think that it's got to be compared against the Chronos?
I think you got to go against the fire team, something similar in price.
I think it's got to go against something new-ish from another brand. That's kind of what I was thinking. Which would be the fire team.
Which would be the fire team.
That's threaded all the way through. That's interesting. Because I have a fire team, so I can go and do that comparison. I do not have a Creighton. It won't fit the hole. Of course it won't, because I already put a bolt in there, dummy. But I don't have a Creighton to beat with, because, well, I don't know. I've never really been that big of a fan of the truggy platform. Haven't. I've just never seen a real use for it when there was other bashers out there that were sufficient.
You like that word now, don't you?
Yeah. Sufficient.
It's not sufficient.
Sufficient. Okay.
Check out these gears in there. Some magnetic current in there, forcing my gears out.
Hey.
The magnetic force in here is pushing my pins up and gears up.
Ooh.
I'll turn that one around. I have to open this thing up and see why it's making that noise.
So I hope you guys are happy that I'm working on this, or opening this thing up tonight, because my daughter's not happy about it.
Uh-oh.
No, she's pissed off at me, ish.
So it's Daddy-daughter day?
Hey?
It's supposed to be Daddy-daughter day or what?
She wants to work on her truck. She keeps on asking me, when are we going to finish building her truck? And I keep on saying, next time, honey, next time. And then next time we do something else. So she's getting mad at me now. Now she says, that's what you said last time. There's a bunch of metal bits in here. That's just the initial wear, gear wear.
Okay, let's hope this thing doesn't make any more squeaky noise now. What's all that trouble? However, it is a Savix servo, so...
Savix? It's a noisy one, you mean?
Yeah, I've had them make that squeaky noise before in the past. Open them up, put them back together. Put some grease in there.
Is it just me, or is every Savix servo loud?
No, this one's like extra loud, not the normal loud. It's like the...
No, but even just normal running, like let's say it wasn't broken or screwed up and you didn't have any issues.
And they're power hogs.
Yeah, they brown out electronics all the time.
Yeah. I don't even know why I'm putting this back in here. Just get a proper one.
I know why.
Why is that?
Because you're a sucker for punishment.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay, there's something I did not notice. Okay, so see if I can zoom this in on you guys and you guys can see it. I have not read the instructions, so bear with me on this. That right there, that says
stop? Oh,
that's a stop, and it says 1352.
Yeah, so you know how much
so
it needs to be.
That's not adjusted or moved. I haven't touched that. So sliding the motor out, you shouldn't have to, if that's set right, you shouldn't have to mess around with your gear mesh again, right?
So then when you get different gear in there, you just get a different bump stop in there and you're good to go. Hey?
Yeah, so I'm going to go look in the instructions there, and I'm going to see if there is anything in there regarding that.
There probably is. But you found out the cool way.
I found out the destructive way.
All right.
All right. Okay, so remember I told you guys this is going to be the part where I was going to curse and swear? All that stuff.
Now if my buggy takes off on me first.
What's that?
Not if my buggy takes off on me first. I'm going to plug this thing in and hopefully it doesn't go full throttle.
Or hopefully it does, because it makes good entertainment.
Or full reverse. Like somebody else.
Yeah, I got to get that video out. Because I was recording with the 360 cam when that happened.
Oh, yeah.
This sounds loud.
Just got to work the oil in there. Getting better.
Sounds like you're trying to strangle a canary or something.
I'm drowning Smurfs.
Who was that?
That wasn't Smurf us drowning.
Okay.
Okay, I think that's just how it's going to be. Let's see here.
Okay, it's Loctited back together. What else do we want to take apart on this?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's this piece, this little guy here. That little dude right there is the screw that holds in the little stopper thing. I'm going to grab the instructions.
Not you.
No, I'm just going to read the manual and see if there's a part in the bag or if you got to buy them. Good God, man. Okay, so we got racy car stickers in the bag. So there's a bunch of numbers in there. And then you've got your big stickers, which I believe, yeah. So these stickers are meant to fit on the back wing. The big plastic Traxxas T-wrench. But I don't use that. I've got fancy aluminum ones. What is that?
Brakes.
And then that's all the extra bits that I was going to make because I'm going to make up some battery chargers. So, okay. Sledge, instructions, blah, 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 blah. How to install AA batteries. If you need to learn how to install AA batteries, you probably shouldn't be driving this. Put those batteries in. Yep. Okay. Yep. Yep. Interesting. That says nothing. Go online to Traxxas.com manuals to download the complete manual. Are you kidding me?
No.
Yeah. Well, I did install the chunk of foam tape that comes in the box. So there's this piece of foam here that's got, sticky side on one side, and that's basically so when you run a bigger single cell or a single pack, it doesn't slop side to side. So that's molded and cut to fit right here. So I've got that in there, stuck that in there to help the foam. That was pretty much it for that one, though. But really, now I got to go look at the instructions somewhere else. Welcome to Traxxas support. There's a parts manual in here, which is fine.
So what did you use to take those wheels off? We're being asked here.
What did I use to take these wheels off?
Did you have like a special Traxxas one?
No, this is oh God, I can't remember when I got this. This is an all aluminum, machined aluminum, really fancy wrench that came in one of my toolkits I've had for years.
So it's a little bit thinner wall than a socket would be, right?
Well, yeah. But actually, to be fair, so this is the Traxxas one.
You get one with it.
Well, Traxxas comes with this plastic T-handle one here, right? This is the one I use for taking off wheels just because it's Just what I like. This is deeper though. And this also has that funky spline cut to it, so it'll actually fit onto the spline to take the wheel nut off.
Oh yeah.
Or not the wheel nut, but sorry, the hex hub on the inside. Whereas mine will do it, but it doesn't. It's not mine. This is not as tight of a fit on the inner hub, but it's just fine on the outers. But yeah, this is just my 17 mil that I've had for forever. Back when companies weren't selling these, they were selling those great big behemoth things that had the
big cross one.
The big cross ones, yeah, you know.
Like you find in your old family station wagon.
Yeah, the one where if you were at the track and you were losing, it was really simple. You just turn around and beat the guy beside you to death with it, and then you win. And then there's always the super high quality Traxxas wannabe T-wrenches, whatever you want to call them.
Oh yeah,
I hate these things. They'll do in a pinch, but they're better than the traditional style. They're better than this style, right?
Yeah, a little bit.
But I still don't like them.
No.
But don't like them somewhere. What's that?
You have to start somewhere.
Yeah.
That's where I started. I started off with those tools, and I was like, I'm not buying fancy tools. I already have tools.
And then you bought tools.
Then I bought cheap ones. And yeah, they don't last long.
Yeah. Yeah, gear mesh goes right in where you want it to be. Okay. So that being said, there was instructions. There was a parts manual here. And at the very back, there is a motors and electronics. I'm going to see if there's a part number for your gears. Gear adapter fixed. Motor mount spacer. Okay, they only show one. So 9590. Let's go look at that. Let's look at the 9590 and see what it is. Here.
Yeah, Scott, I think you missed that in the first bit of the video. The body clip that holds the tray in place.
Yeah, that's what you get for showing up late, man.
Yeah, Scott.
Yeah, Scott.
If that's even who you are.
Okay, so this is what they show you. This is the adapter. So it comes with the motor mount piece. It comes with the motor mount piece and everything in it. So this is on the back side of the motor. And then this is the piece that has a little spacer. But there's only one option there's only one option shown in here. So your only gear choice that they recommend, well, for this, you can get this spacer for the standard factory spec gearing, but there's no spacer available in here yet for any other gear ratio. A 5 mil shaft, and they do show, well, they're just showing their standard pinions. So you got a 12 tooth or 13 tooth. You can go to a 46 tooth spur gear. They do show that as an option, but that's the only option. It comes with a 52, or you can switch it out to a 46. So if you want to get longer legs, if you wanted to maybe try and do a speed run or something with this, then you might go with that gearing. But it's pretty quick. I mean, wow, it's quick. It's quick for a 6S truggy, I guess. 13 pounds, a lot of weight, especially at 70 mile an hour. They claim it's capable of. So yes, they claim it's capable of that. I did some speed runs. I'll post them up on the video that I'm gonna probably scrap together tonight of our first little rip in the parking lot. It went quick. I'm happy with it, but it's not as fast as I was hoping it would be out of the box.
Did you put a GNSS in there to test out the speed?
I did.
You did, eh?
I did.
Are you going to tell us or are you going to make us watch the video? Tune in tomorrow, folks.
Let me see if I can. It's on my phone, which is up here, which is doing the camera stuff. So let me see if I can even find it. What happens if I change the screen here? Okay, that goes away for a second. Okay, give me a second. Let me remove that temporarily. Let's look at what you're working on. And let me dig it up.
I'm putting the squeaky squeak back in. So I think I'm going to run it until she is done. Makes sense, right?
Yep.
That's what my friend Travis would do. I'll even get up notch here.
Okay, so when I did full pulls on this thing with the fresh 6S battery pack in it, with the gearing that it's got, I got 47 miles an hour.
It's claiming 70?
They're claiming 70. Now, as usual, there's always a disclaimer in there about that. So let's take a look and see what they claim here.
So I'm also wondering, because you know how fast it was going with the stock Traxxas plug.
Yeah.
Change the plug out. Is it going to be instantly faster?
Possibly. Okay, so when you look at their speed chart on their site, it does say that you're going to get 55 miles an hour with the stock factory gearing that's in it, with a 5,000 milliamp 6S battery. So 55 mile an hour is what they claim. 55 plus. I got 47. Now, I was being a little more gentle with it. I wasn't, holding it wide open. There was a guy learning how to drive a car in the parking lot at the same time, so I didn't want to smack into the side of his car. So then they're claiming if you change it up to a 16 tooth pinion and a 52 tooth spur, which is the stock gearing, well, the stock spur, sorry, that you can do 65 plus. And if you want 70 mile an hour, you need to do an 18 tooth pinion and a 46 tooth spur. So that is all optional gearing you got to buy. So out of the box, no, it does not do 70 mile an hour, which I don't like it when companies claim that crap, because I think that it's kind of false advertising.
Yeah, I'd say.
Because any car,
any speed, you change the motor out, you change the combo out, you can do 100 mile an hour
with
on
any
salt flats.
Yeah, exactly. With any car, you could do that, right? So I can put this back up here again. Every vehicle can be crazy fast if you want to keep on changing up the gearing and modifying it and everything, right?
Yep, that's for sure.
And I'll honestly tell you, I'm not ever going to do that with this. So I don't care about how fast it is. If I want to go fast, I'd buy an EXO or an EXO 1 or a Limitless or something like that, right? Like, I'm not going to go fast. I'm not going to try and go that fast with this. Not with tires this size that balloon out. I mean, I wonder if I had more room in the parking lot, they'll really let these suckers get ballooned right out. So you really start getting that extra top end. Yeah, toss in a Max 6. Yeah, I totally don't think that these tires, I 100% agree. I agree 100%. These tires would blow apart because I honestly thought that they were going to blow apart a little bit there when I was goofing around today. And that was just doing little wheelie runs across the lot. No, they definitely put some thick diff fluid in this thing because it will stand up like right now. Whereas the Limitless, sorry. Yeah, keep on getting them caught, screwed up. The Fire Team, we had that out there too. And of course, I've got more runs in the Fire Team, so it's been running a little longer. So the fluid's probably lost a little bit of its viscosity. But it wouldn't stand up on the back end. Actually, I know it won't because they've got that set up with that brake. That handbrake setup, right? And that doesn't really work very good if you go and put super thick diff fluid in the center, right? So that thing didn't want to wheelie. This thing, if you take a look at flip it upside down so you can see it better. If you take a look at the skid plates on the back, this guy does skid pretty good. So, and I am happy that it does come with all the guards and everything in it. But if you look in the manual, it says right in Traxxas' own website, it says all the parts that are in bold are optional parts. So when you take a look at some of this stuff, turnbuckles and threaded rods, here you go. They've already got those as optional parts.
Yeah. So I'm wondering, this is what we're going to have to do. We're going to take that thing to the off-road track. Probably in April, because I think it's a mud hole right now.
I think you're
all
right.
The spring runoff. It's going to be all muddy. So April, we're going to take the thing to the track. I'm going to get Darren out there with his truggy, and we're going to see how they handle.
Mm-hmm.
Head to head.
Differential components. Let's see what it says is the actual diff weight in here. 20 million. So the standard weight of the oil, and the center diff at least, is 20 mil.
That's pretty thick.
And then the front and rear diffs are 50K.
Oh, Jesus.
So 50K and 20 mil in the center. And yeah.
Just in the comparison, I'm running like 10, 7, and 5K in my diffs.
9547X is the camber links on the front. Let's take a look at those. 47. Let's see. No, those aren't adjustable. 9547X. Okay, so you can start getting like your suspension arm covers. these insert pieces in here.
Yeah.
They come in different colors by the looks of it.
Ooh.
So 5633G would be the green. So 5633G. And yeah, okay. So there you go. This is, you want to add some color to your chassis. This is your choice. These are the inserts that go into the A-arms.
Ooh, fancy.
So you can make them all kinds of pretty different colors. So you know I'm going to have to buy green ones. And I guess the shock bodies, I wonder if they got those already done. I'm sure they do. Coming soon. Coming soon. Oh, it says I can buy these now.
You buy now.
You buy now. You buy and you like it. Those are fronts. I guess you got to buy rears separate. Shock tower, rear, shock, chassis, differential. Where are the shocks? So suspension arm covers, blue front, green front, shock tower, sway bar collars. I'm trying to find anything else that's colored. Oh, here we go. Shock tower front. Oh, wow. 9539G. Look at this. So you can buy all of these parts. Just go there. These are the shock towers, and you can buy them in all these different colors.
Ooh.
So that's first run, everything's blue. Traxxas is blue, but everything's blue.
Yeah, I remember that was the only color you could get the anodizing in from Traxxas.
Yeah, and you can get the center brace bar in all different colors as well. So all the aluminum parts in here. What about the main chassis? Can you get the main chassis? Driveline, differential, front suspension. Probably just skimmed right over it. Chassis. Where's the chassis? 9522. So it only comes in one option so far. Let's check. Let's punch that in and see what comes up. 9522.
Blue.
Oh, blue or black?
Or is that more gunmetal gray?
Dark titanium anodized.
Titanium.
Technically, is the terminology.
Is the color titanium.
Make that bigger. So, you want to go with your color theme. You can't have a blue chassis plate. You got to change that. It's going to have to be this. And then you'll change this and change everything else to whatever.
However, I think you can get away with this change with the blue.
Yeah?
I think so.
Because I think you need to do 1, 2, 3. Your front suspension piece, or your pin support, holder, whatever you want to call it. Your shock bodies are the ones that really stand out. The shock bodies are the ones that really look like a sore thumb. Shocks, GT Max, and they're available in green, orange, red, blue. You can buy the shock caps that we were talking about that we don't like because they're plastic. You can buy those in aluminum already in whatever color. So let's just take a look at the 9665X, because I've had lots of people try and say that this stuff is the same as the Max. And I do not believe you would be correct. 9665 is the shock body for this. So this is the GT Max, whatever. So let's pick the green one because, my truck's green. When you bring up this part number, it's only a part for this model. It's only a part for the Sledge.
Huh.
So no, these are not the same shocks as the Maxes have or X Maxes or any of that. Not saying I ever thought it was. I'm just some of the comments on some videos I've seen, people are saying that kind of stuff.
Do you have your caliper handy?
Okay.
Do you have your caliper handy?
No, I never did find it. Why? What do you want?
Talking about shocks. Let's see if they're bigger around or what.
Then the X Max or the Max?
Either or. All three.
They're about the same diameter as the Max. And I can tell you that just because I remember comparing it to my Nero ones, which I have that one right here.
Your Nerdo ones.
There's a Nero shock. And they are the same diameter as, so they're the same diameter as a Creighton and a Nero. I'll finish putting that one back together. That's what I should do. I should bust out the Nero, bring the Nero out and put it up against this guy.
Yeah, you should, because that Shelf Queen's getting that awfully dusty.
I'll bring out the Lawsuit Nero.
The Lawsuit
put it against the Lawsuit Sledge. Yes, very true. They give the X Max color coordinated parts, but they don't do it with the Sledge.
Now, did they do it from the get-go with the X Max, or did it take a while?
Yep, I think they did.
Oh, really?
Scott wants his Sledge in orange. So, to tell you the truth, the only thing that's going to change when you order your Sledge in orange is this body. This body is going to be orange, and that's it.
The green parts will be orange.
Super cool.
I think I'm done wrenching for the night.
Are you? You gotta get back to your homework?
Yeah.
Then you're disappearing on vacay on Sunday.
Yes, I'm trying to get more homework done now. That way, when I'm gone, I don't have to work as hard.
Are you seriously going to do homework while you're away on vacation?
I have to. I have to go to class while I'm gone away.
Really? Does not.
Yes. I've got group project to finish up. The third step in it all. I've got another project to do up, and I'm hoping to get all my tests done.
It seems to me like you planned your vacation where you should have planned your vacation after that stuff was done and call it a celebration or something.
However, the wife's teacher, so her holidays are when they are.
Okay.
So either I go with her or she'll leave my ass at home. She'll go see the Cabana Boy.
When you look at the spare parts options, they are showing the Max tires as an option for this.
And what do those look like size-wise next to each other? Because I know you have Max.
Yeah, the Max is out in the back of the truck right now.
Ah,
I might have a broken tire here. But the Maxes are 2.8s basically, and this is there's a 3.8. I was wondering, I had a broken rim. I had a blown tire. I wonder if I've got it over there. Let me take a look over the shelf over here.
yeah.
I might have a broken tire.
And then what about the fire team?
Well, that's in the back of the truck too. The fire team
tires. Truck outside.
The fire team tires are the same size.
Okay.
Because we compared those.
What's he got down on the floor? They got some paper towel down there. Got some paint down there.
Holy crap! There's a lot of mud in this. Just got to get rid of the 2 pounds of sand out of this tire first before I bring it on. Okay, so this is a Max tire.
Okay.
blew the hole right up. And then this would be the tire they rate on here. Okay. Now they say that this will fit on here.
Oh, that should fit. I can see that.
Let's see. Put it on the front because that's usually the one that has an issue with steering knuckles and stuff, right?
Come on, you can do it.
Good God, man.
Good
God, man.
Almost gets your soldering.
Making fun of me and my soldering, bully. You mean.
If I'm not being mean to you, it means I don't like you.
If I'm not saying mean things, it's just because I don't like you at all.
I'm not harassing you. It means you're not worth harassing.
Okay, so can you see that? So that's a max. That's a max wheel. Of course, it's all bent. Well, okay, it's not really bent. That's just
the tire.
That's just the tire. But there's lots of clearance there. It's not rubbing at all. So it will fit the smaller max rubber. So 2.8s or 2.8s in a max size at least will. Yeah, so it says max, and then the E max, and the T max. So
all the max.
And if you want that lower profile look, you could do it with these. I don't know why you'd knock it down.
Yeah. You'd be going a lot slower too.
Yeah. I mean, I guess if you geared it, if you wanted to get crazy with the gearing and you were trying to build a speed run vehicle, you could probably get some lower profile tires in this format that aren't going to balloon out so bad. What do you mean the green does not go with the blue? What are you trying to say? My truck looks goofy? You're so mean.
It's like you had a choice or something, right?
It's like I had a choice, yeah.
It's like, do you want one or not?
I didn't get. Yeah, that was my choice. Do you want one? If you want one, then give us your money.
But we'll tell you nothing.
And we'll tell you nothing. We won't tell you when it's going to show up either. But we are going to tell you that it's going to be released before yours shows up. And then you can have people complain online about the fact that you did a comparison video without actually having the truck.
Got to do what you got to do with what you got.
You got to do what you got to do, yeah. And by the way, I know that the comparison video was not entirely 100% bang on accurate with Corrali XTR and a EXB, but they don't make the Creighton EXB in an RTR. And it was only just recently that they made the Corrali XTR in an RTR. So that is what it is. And I have the old version Coronos here. So I can actually do a comparison of that to this.
All right, I'm going to ask your question there. WD-40 to make your car parts more flexible.
I don't.
Only time I do that is when I want to shine up my plastic all nice. I put it on a toothbrush and I clean it all up. It looks like new after you're done, actually.
Yeah, I tried it. And I didn't really find that it did anything for me, so I just quit doing it because I did find that when you do that, then every single time you work on your vehicle and you're working on your bench and all of your plastic is soaked with WD-40 and it oozes WD-40 the entire time you're working on it. So it leaves a wet spot on your bench, on your mat. It gets all over your fingers. You go to reach something or touch your phone, you end up with WD-40 all over the screen. Yeah.
I usually find it after a little bit, it kind of evaporates. There's nothing there. I've actually boiled my parts to make them more flexible in the past. I'll do it to like the Formula One wings, any other kind of arms too. I've done it to like Traxxas Slash in the past.
Yeah.
But then I found out not too far after when I got it, RPM made way better plastics. So I've done that.
Yeah. Where we got here?
Hey, Joe. Thanks for joining us. You just found the channel.
Nice.
Be sure
So
to check
Robert's
out
asking.
videos.
Robert is asking if the mudguards would work on the E-Revo or the X-Max. You know what? Since I'm in the mood of taking everything apart today, just don't know if I got enough room here to take this out all the way. They are a thinner plastic, so if you did feel so inclined that you wanted to drill holes and cut and modify, but then if you're going to go to that extent, for me, I would just go buy some plastic, like maybe get some thick Lexan or something and just cut and form it and drill holes where you need it to be. I have seen guys just take plastic like this. Wow, that's a long screw. That's a very long screw that goes through there.
You get your power driver out.
Yeah, I could. But that would have been foresight, and I would have been thinking. So this is the guard right there, and it's like a light gray, whereas the rest of the plastic is kind of a black. You see it compared to it's more of a dark gray.
Is it more flexible, that one?
It's got a fair bit of flex to it.
Oh wow. It's a totally different kind of plastic.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like for me, I would probably just make a chunk of Lexan about that thick myself, or Rubbermaid totes. Go buy yourself a Rubbermaid tote and get a big one, whatever, and cut out the bottom or cut out the side, and it's that flexible rubbery kind of plastic, and just cut it to shape with a set of tin snips, or even an old set of Lexan scissors will sometimes cut it. You don't want to bend them and tweak them, but you can cut them, and then cut that to shape. And all this is literally only held on by 2 bolts. So it's held on by a bolt. And my finger, I'm trying to guide. I'm trying to watch the screen and point at the same time. It's like trying to touch your nose when you're doing a sobriety test. So there's just 2 bolts going in here, right? So if you look at where it's mounted on the other side, where I took it out, don't touch the camera. There is a hole, and it's recessed, and I'm going the wrong way. There's recess there. So that there, I would probably, if you could take a look at it, see it's somewhat recessed to kind of fit in.
Locks in there.
I've seen guys make mud guards like this, and they just took the harder Rubbermaid tote type stuff. They just drilled 2 holes, one on the top or just one at the top, and then they zip tied it, right, with a heavy duty zip tie around.
It was all about the zip ties.
Yeah, and it was just basically all it is. Really, is it's just there to deflect mud. It's not like it's not a structural piece.
But it does do a lot of saving on the rear of the chassis.
Yeah.
The upper links, the shafts. I noticed that when I was driving my 4-wheel drive Traxxas, or my 4-wheel drive short course truck.
Yeah.
It wasn't a Traxxas. It was an Offna. And yeah, everything just got pitted up really quick after running it, and rusty.
Cramax. I think you're right. I think it is pretty close to being a Cramax. You're going to see a whole bunch of really cool stuff done with this. There are people that are going to take this platform and go nuts with it just because it's new.
Oh yeah.
You know, a couple nice things I have noticed while I've been messing around with it here. These front pins, okay, they're not clips, or they're not. They're actually. This is actually a bolt going all the way through, and it's got a nylock nut on the end.
Nice.
You know, that's not a lot of the time you get like an E-clip or some stupid thing, or threaded plastic shaft, or it's a pin that goes in, like the X-Maxes and a lot of them have. It's a pin that goes in, and then it's got a tiny little screw on the end that holds it from sliding back out, right?
Oh, I hate those.
Right? And so you lose that little piece, and then your pin disappears, right? Let's take apart a knuckle. Let's pull apart a front knuckle and take a look and see how beefy is this thing. Let's see how strong this is.
That's what I actually do like on there over the other two that's been compared to all the time. I'm not a big fan of the pillow ball up front.
No, you haven't had any luck with that. Neither have I, actually. I think it might have more to the fact that I lent you my truck to drive, but
I broke that truck one time, okay?
It happened once, man.
I need redemption. Like a Tosh.0 redemption.
Okay, so that is nylock and it's flanged. So there is your axle, your pin for the front knuckle. Now the top is just into plastic. There's no nut on the back side of it. Whoa. Getting all crazy with my screwdriver here. Crazy. Wow, do it again. That's because I'm doing it with my left hand. Might look like my right hand in the picture, but it's not. Okay, so I mean these front shafts, these are the size of a pen. They're bigger than a pen. There's a pen, and they're thicker than a pen. A little bit.
Pretty beefy.
Pretty beefy. They're solid. They don't have any flex to them, really. They don't feel like there's metal in them. They sound hollow. So they might be hollow.
That's probably a good thing because the hollow will be more stronger than a solid, right?
Yeah.
In theory.
So here's your C-hub. Here's your C-hub and your front knuckle. It's fairly substantial plastic in there. Turn that light back on again here. So I mean, the top, this is your steering link. It's captured on both sides, right?
That's good.
That's good. It's open in here, so you're actually going to get more strength out of this rather than it being a big solid piece, right? There's a fair amount of meat around that entire hub. It's not very thin in there at all. Captured on this end as well. So this is the top link, connects to here.
Yeah.
And that's the bottom part, goes into the A-arm. Right? So I'd say it looks fairly solid. I don't think I have my wheel. No, I don't. I was going to pop off this hex hub so you guys could see, but my wrench is out in the garage. Those look to be about a 2.5 mil pin on the inside of that. It's a pretty good size pin.
Pretty beefy.
Yeah, it looks fairly substantial to me. There's the dog bone side.
Yeah, I think that thing could handle me driving it.
You just want to drive it.
I do.
You just want to drive it. It's the first Traxxas vehicle you've actually wanted to drive, man. That's.
Yeah, actually, yeah. So it's kind of more like a.
I don't know what to say.
Kind of more like a racing thing.
There isn't a bunch of shims or anything in here. Actually, here, before I put this back in, I'm going to show you what I was talking about by the lack of beefiness in the front. If you wanted to adjust your front shocks, right?
Yeah.
Where the hell did I just put that wrench? I just put the truck down on top of the wrenches. That's why I couldn't find them, because I'm kind of an idiot. As an idiot.
Yeah, I actually do see people. I think this might be a good chassis. This is what I like about it, because I'm into racing all the time. Is that somebody could take this to the track and run it in the class if they put a 4S system in it.
Yeah.
The motor it comes with is very similar to the same size that people race with as well. They'll race with a 1700 to 2100 kV motor in there.
In that size range, yeah.
In that size range. So it has the proper size motor for it. It can do the 4S capability. And it will hopefully get people cross over from the bashing side to the racing side. One thing I don't like about the way racing is perceived is that everybody's so serious and you have to be the best to go race. I shut that down and I say racing's for everybody. If you can't go there with that truck and race it with the proper battery, mind you, then those guys are just dumb.
They're a bunch of jerks.
Bunch of jerks. My track, you come to my track, I'll let you run that bad boy.
Okay, so here's an interesting part. I'm gonna pull this out because you guys haven't probably seen this yet.
I can't even see it.
No, I'm gonna show you here. I'll pull it out. I'll show you. So this is your bolt going through. Let me turn this now. This is your bolt going through the shock tower, right?
Yeah.
This is the nut that goes on the other side of it. It's actually the shouldered, kind of rounded nut part for your shock to go over, right? Yeah. So this here, and if you look on the back side, it's actually open. It clips in. So there's a plastic piece in here. So it's like a press fit. It's such a press fit, I don't know if I can get it out. Let's see if I can get it out with this. There we go. Nope. Almost. Man, that's actually in there pretty good. So I don't think you'd be changing these out very often unless you actually blow them apart. Anyways, okay. I'm not going to try. I don't want to break it because I don't have spares just in case. But this piece here, see how it's like captured? It's almost like a clip-in style ring.
Yeah. That
piece just is like an insert that fits in there. So you can kind of see. Where is it? There. See, it's loose.
Yeah.
Then this piece here is the part that would be covering your bolt coming out of the shock tower. And it fits in like that to eliminate the play in your suspension. You see?
Yeah.
That's the first time I've seen that on anything from Traxxas. Normally, all you ever see out of them are the plastic ball ends that fit in there, that press in, that are just a pain in the butt. But this is not a press fit. This just slides in, but it's the tolerance is there. You've got maybe 0.5 mil of play.
Perfect. That's what you want in there. You want the shocks to be free moving.
Right? So yeah, thought that was interesting. And it's actually not that hard to change. And this actually, okay, this piece is actually threaded. So it spins on. So it doesn't come off. Like if your shock towers are set in a certain spot, this doesn't just slide off and fall when you go to take your shocks and move them.
Not too shabby.
But anyways, what I was trying to get there to show you guys before I got sidetracked is, remember I was mentioning about on the front. So these are the two holes right here that the lower part of your shock mounts into, right?
Yeah.
So it comes mounted here on the outside. If you were to try and move it on the inside, there's not a lot of meat here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's not very much meat here to take a really hard impact. You're going to be way stronger out here than you're going to be in here.
I think you're fine either way.
I don't know. I've seen them smack out. My buddy Aaron, he can do anything. He can break any car.
Well, we'll just have to try it out.
You're just chomping at the bit. Go and beat on this thing tomorrow.
Well, not quite yet. I want to take it to the track because the track has these nice jumps there with landings. You know, that part that anyone else I've ever seen make a video. They're like, oh, check out this cool ramp. I'm like, where's the landing ramp? Well, what do you mean? I just like to flat land on the ground and make it go.
Oh, that smack noise. I hate that noise.
Oh,
I don't like everybody here. All these guys are everybody knows who Talbot is. Everybody watches Talbot. Skate park landings. Just, oh, God, they make me cringe every time I hear it. Smack! You're like, oh, God, that just cost money. I heard that cost money.
Well, it's just not fluent. Like, you hit the jumps, it's nice and fluent, and you can land it and roll with it. It's very satisfying. And they can adjust by the throttle, how it pitches up or pitch it down a little bit. Get landing just right, nice and smooth.
Man, that is tighter than I thought it was going to be. Get in there. There we go. Where's the bolt for that?
And the pros, the guys that are really good with it, if the car's coming up kind of cockeyed and kind of, flying through the air sideways, they'll turn the tires and gas it or brake it, hit the brakes, and they'll just make it so it rotates back to flat and land it. Yeah.
I don't know if anybody here watches rest in peace servos. Yeah. I don't know if anybody's ever watched motocross or supercross or any of that stuff. But I used to be, well, still am into it, but I used to really be into it back when Bubba Stewart was racing, and there was always this thing called the Bubba Scrub. And what he would do is he would come up and he'd launch, and he would actually turn his bike in the air and lay it so that instead of getting a bunch of height, he would just cover the ground, just hover across the ground.
Oh, yeah. It's like going up, you're going forward.
Yeah, exact same thing. And so he would scrub it off, and he would just, and he gained, you watch him pass people through rhythm sections doing that. And until he started doing it on a regular basis, nobody had really ever seen that. And then when he started doing it, everybody was like, oh my God, look at this. And they were just blown away. But it worked, man. It was fast. So, okay, do you guys want to see anything else on this? Or is that strong enough?
Out of the whole front arm, I think that the little tabs on the bottom.
Little tabs on the bottom.
On the bottom A arm. That's going to be the weak part. On
These two?
A arm. Yeah. That's probably the weakest part on it.
Almost knocked my soldering iron off.
Not saying that that's weak. I'm saying
there.
Out of all those parts.
That's the weakest, I think?
That's when I think you're going to break first. Or I'm going to break first. We'll test that theory out.
So I think well, sway bar links are going to be in here. It's kind of hard to show you. Let me show you this way. Your sway bar is going to end up attaching right into here. See the hole there?
Oh, I can't see. Got a pointer? I'm blind.
Right here. Let me get it on right. That right there.
Oh, there it is. I see it.
That hole there, that's where the sway bar light's going to go. But out here by the shock, right here, there's an open hole. I can show you on that one better. See that hole there? Right there?
Yeah.
That's an open hole. Not sure what it's for.
It's engineered.
It's engineered in there. I'm almost wondering if it's some kind of a extra screw to go in and help hold the suspension pin, the shock pin. Now, what did I drop? I dropped a screw. I dropped more damn screws.
So, does that thing come with the droop screws in it?
With the droop screws in it?
Yeah.
No. They're machined, but there's none in there.
Okay.
I don't know if I can show you guys very well. So, right.
The bagpipe killer's asking.
Here?
Yeah.
Right? And there. That's where that's where they would make contact, is on the back side of this. But on the arm itself,
nothing in there.
If you look in there really close, and I don't know if I can get the camera in a right angle where you can see. Not really, because I suck at doing this with a camera.
Well, I can see a hole in there. Yeah.
You see that hole there where you can see the blue?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's no set screw in there. Although it would just be a set screw by the looks of it. So yeah, that's another thing. You suck that thing down by setting your droop properly and actual proper suspension setup. You're going to find this thing runs way different too.
Yeah, handle way better too, right?
Yeah.
Help with the weight transfer, front and back.
But
the action, right?
On this truck, I would totally say the first thing you want to do before doing any of the suspension adjustments would be change out the tires. For you want to change out the tires for something that's way less squishy, right? Like there's so much squish to these that you get a bunch of sidewall flex out of them.
Is that good for bashing though? For hard landings?
This is good for bashing
landings.
But if you're talking about racing and setting it up for going fast, cornering, those are not the tires.
I think you're gonna want to get yourself a pair of race tires.
Yeah. Those
get
are definitely
nice small pin to it.
That would go together better if I put it in the right direction.
Usually. Yeah, if your truck's wheeling over too much, it takes on a droop out and help with that transfer to the rear. So it won't transfer as much weight going backwards.
Yeah.
Because the wheels would be on the ground, right? Because it just probably sponges up.
We'll also swap out the 20 million diff fluid for lighter viscosity. And it'll give you more of an all-wheel drive action instead of a four-wheel drive action. Where your wheel speed bleeds off to the front and the chassis is kind of forced to settle out a bit as it gradually picks up speed. Not as fun though. Nowhere near as entertaining. Watch me put this in the wrong stupid hole, and then tomorrow be ripping it around going, why is this thing driving like such a piece of junk?
Drives good one way, but not the other way.
Yeah. Then I'll let you drive it. And they'll be like, yeah. And I'm like, see, you broke it.
Just set me up for failure, eh?
Yep.
What'd you do? Break it already?
That would be my wife. What'd you do? Break? No, this is the whole point. Taking it apart to look at it, see what's up. So I get in trouble already. Yeah, I agree with I do not I do expect metal shock caps on an $800 RC.
At least they're protected.
Yeah, they are. They're protected. So in the imagery, they didn't look like they were, but the body mount system is what protects them. So I think that's the front chassis part.
Try things around her.
She found it. She found it.
Yeah.
Now do you remember where that went?
I was going to sabotage Aaron. And, no, I can't sabotage him.
He's just throwing things around.
Yeah.
Aaron got a haircut.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, I put the wrong one in.
Yeah.
I knew I put the wrong one in.
Yeah, it's hiding underneath my hat for the last month and a half. Like, it's too cold outside to get a haircut. It's not spring yet.
That's Maddox.
Yeah,
What?
Yeah.
Too cold outside to get a haircut.
You wish you had hair to cut.
Bunch of sissies.
Yeah.
Bunch of sissies, I tell you.
Okay, I'm going to bed. I told Maddox he can't stay up that much later to play video games.
It's spring break. He's going to do it.
Are you guys still alive?
Yes.
Oh.
So, anyway.
Have a good night, Tanya.
Missing a lot of things
See
for
ya.
$800. Yeah, it is. It's missing quite a few things for $800.
That's kind of metal-y, newish. Kind of metal-y.
This?
Weird, yeah.
That's their patented T-bar technology.
Mm.
I wonder if ski hills around North America are going to sue Traxxas for stealing the T-bar name.
The T-bar.
Isn't T-bar usually the beginner runs?
Yeah, but more challenging to get up sometimes.
And
It's easy to sit on a chair. Just saying.
seriously, a pain in your ass.
You already soldered new ends on it?
Yeah, because I didn't want to run it through this thing.
Wow. That didn't take long for you to modify?
And that thing.
You see, most wives wouldn't notice something like that.
I know. It's really hard to get things past her.
It's like, ooh, that looks upgraded already. What's this? What's that?
I just can't win. I can't win at all. What'd you do? Nothing, honey. And then I get in trouble because she knows that I'm lying because she knows too much.
She knows too much. What happens when you know too much?
Oh, and I had to find the piece for you.
No, I knew that piece was. I dropped that way over there earlier.
I think he actually showed it. How far away it was.
I showed it how far, and I couldn't reach it with my foot. That was going to require effort.
It's quite the fleet of screws on the skid plate.
Yeah, right. There's a lot of them in there.
So, why is there an open?
Aaron,
it's to let the dirt out.
To let the dirt out.
Because
So
if you get a rock in there, it'll jam up and it'll strip it.
Oh, okay.
But it can't jam up because there's nothing to, unless it's a huge rock. But that's going to be a pretty big rock.
You'll manage to get it in there. There you go.
No, Aaron will.
Mm.
Hi. Are you done throwing up? Are you? You feel better now? Did you eat any dinner yet? Did it stay down? Nice.
I did not eat dinner yet.
I'm still eating my dinner. It's right here.
We had Jello for dessert too.
So
Nice.
will I be posting a running video tomorrow? I will be posting part of a running video this evening, I believe. Just probably,
Okay.
We'll see how late it is. What time is it? It's late. Nah, it'll be tomorrow. Me and Aaron are going to go and take this thing out and run it. And I guess I will be posting a running video tomorrow of running it and bashing it and crashing it.
Then we can auction it off.
And you want to auction? Why don't you just go to bed or something? She wants me to auction this off already. So, anyways, we're going to run it and try it out and get some cool video. And we're going to take it to a BMX bike park.
Go to the one at the search and rescue.
No,
Why not?
because I went there today and people walk their dogs there. And you know what happens when people walk their dogs?
I'm gonna pick up the 5
They chase your car?
Hey,
They chase your car and then you run through dog poop. Then you got to clean dog poop off your chassis.
well, that's it's the dog crap part that I have a problem with.
Ah,
Like me and Maddox. Maddox is supposed to be going to bed, but me and Maddox drive up there, and I'm looking, and Maddox is looking, and there's like a big dog, and this dude's it's just all hunched over and pinching one off right there, right in the middle of the trail, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's awesome. That's what I want to hit.
I just took down some decorations of my front yard because now I can get them because there's no snow in my front yard now. And what's in the middle of my yard? Dog poop. Do I own a dog? No, I don't. I get so frustrated with people that own dogs.
Yeah.
And lets a dog go right in the middle of my yard to poop.
Yep.
I was not a happy camper.
Okay, what else do we want to look at? Anything else, or we're good?
I'm good because
You're done.
Yeah, I'm done. I'm done for now.
Yeah, you're saying it would take you a week to reassemble everything. Yeah, maybe, except for it might take you a week to reassemble everything, but I'm pretty sure that I'm going to discover I forgot to reassemble something tomorrow. That'll suck.
I don't see any extra screws, so I think you're fine.
No extra screws.
Done.
None. Just extra wires. So those are overrated anyways.
That's racing weight.
It is. It is. It is. It is. Yep. Yep. Okay. So we're good. We've seen this enough. You guys want to see? Let's put the body back on so you guys can see. I know Scott didn't see how quick and easy the body goes back on. So the body drops on, slides back, and clips. And that is it. It is on. Thanks for joining us, Robert. That's cool. Thanks for everybody who actually tuned in. That's awesome. So just to give you guys a heads up, I'm going to put this back onto, let's make this go away for a second. Oh, let's not make you so big. You don't want to be that big.
Why?
Look at that guy. Okay, so generally, except for the next 2 weeks, because this guy over here is going on vacation and I'm going on vacation for 2 weeks. So we won't have any bench talk or bench wrenching for the next 2 weeks. The next episode or live stream we will be doing will be on April 6th. And that'll be the first one. That, for all you guys that are live on here,
check out our draw.
Yep. Go to the top of, go to our YouTube channel, top video on there. Go to the description of that video and you can find the instructions to enter the draw to win this guy. So enter it, win it. We're drawing this one on the 6th. And then I got to figure out where and who I'm shipping it to.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Thanks for tuning in, guys. And we will see you guys in a couple of weeks. Beyond that, you're going to see us in a couple of videos because Aaron really wants to take this sucker out and beat on it before he takes off to Mexico. So thank you for tuning in. Talk to you guys later, and I hope to see you on the next stream.